Sensei Alex Kakuyo, North American contributor for Buddhist Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's Dharma talk is Flow with the River. Before we get into that, however, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. A good friend of mine enjoys a sport called whitewater rafting. In it, he and a couple of friends take an inflatable raft. They find a river that's flowing incredibly fast, so much so that whitewater or rapids form, and they get in it and they row down the river. Now this can be incredibly fun from what I hear, but it's also incredibly dangerous. The water is moving at a rapid rate, thus the name. It's also moving over rocks and logs and whatever else happens to be in the river at the time. So if one falls in, there's a danger that they could be bashed against something hard or that they could be sucked under by the current and drown. My friend explained to me, however, that there are certain things you can do if you fall in the water to make yourself more safe. The first thing is to never swim against the current. So if one falls off the raft into the water, they don't try to swim immediately towards shore. Rather, what they do is turn over on their back. This is easy to do because, of course, they're wearing a life preserver. They point their feet downstream and they flow with the current. The idea being that over time they can try to move themselves slowly towards one shore or the other, but in the meantime they point their feet downriver. That way they don't run into anything head first and they stay on their back so there's less risk of drowning. Now obviously while all of this is going on, the people in the raft are grabbing onto them and working to pull them back into the raft. But in the meantime, in the in-between time, they don't fight the current. They flow with it. Now this is good advice if you're whitewater rafting, but it's also good advice for life in general. We as humans cannot fight single-handedly against the flow of time, the flow of our own karma. Causes and conditions are constantly coming up in our lives, and if we try to fight every single one individually, we'll drown. We'll be overwhelmed with all the tasks we have to handle. However, if we flow with the river of karma, flow with the river of life, taking problems as they come, working on them as best they can, and remembering to let them go. That is to not hold on to them once they've passed. If we do this, then we won't be overwhelmed by the river of our lives. We will be able to deal more effectively with our karma because we're not trying to deal with everything all at once. We're just trying to deal with the thing that's right in front of us. If we flow with the river, we can eventually work our way to the shore, a place where we're safe, calm, and content. But if we try to fight the current, we'll be pulled under the water and we'll drown. Amitabha.